on Thursday, the 3rd of July 2014, and this year's theme is about reaching into our past and launching us into the future. Now, with the likes of Lira, Hugh Masikela, Gloria Bosman, Sibongile, Khumalo and Dludlu expected to be some of the headlining acts that will heat the stage at the main arena, the event promises to be spectacular. Now, jazz musician Tribute Mbowen will also be part of the festivities and having serenaded audiences in Qatar, playing with a jazz band featuring one of South Africa's great jazz pianists, Sylvester Mazinyane, if I have to say so myself, and performing at COP17 national awareness events, and as well as performing at the Earth Fest in Zambia. She promises to launch us into the future, as this year's theme states. Now, she joins me in studio. And Tribute, welcome to AM News.
Thank you so much.
Now, tell me more about your involvement, of course, with the Standard Bank National Arts Festival.
So I applied earlier this year to be part of the Fringe, which is also part of the National Arts Festival, and my application got approved. And so ever since then, it's been preparations for the festival. So I'll be doing the contemporary music stages, of course, given by the Fringe production.
So when are you scheduled then to perform?
My first performance is on the 7th. I've got 4 scheduled performances, with the likelihood of having more unplugged sessions within those days. So the 7th, the 8th, the 9th and the 11th.
Now, you speak of unplugged sessions.
Yeah.
What can your audience then expect from you? What flavors do you have in place for them?
The theme, my personal theme for this year's Arts Festival is the music is strictly personal. So people can expect, a set of music that is very personal to me, music that I wrote myself, and music that inspires me, or from musicians that have inspired me throughout the years.
You have an interesting way of course, interpreting the year's theme into your music. And I know that locally as well, you're known for performing at the State Theatre, the Victory Theatre, and different radio stations. But tell me, how will this performance be different from any other that you've had before?
Like I said, the music is strictly personal, and I've added special bits of my personal experiences. One of them being, very recently, I got to interact and spend a day with Mama Dorothy Masuka. She's a legendary woman, as we all know. Yes. And so I've incorporated one of her songs into the set that I'll be giving at the National Arts Festival, and it's quite personal for me, so I'm looking forward to it. It's a song I've never performed before, but, again, surrounding it around the theme of bringing back and celebrating, legends and our own heritage, our music heritage. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
It must be amazing, to work with such legends. But touching on legends some more, I know that you've also been, you've participated in songs of tribute to the late former President Nelson Mandela. What was that like for you?
It was amazing, especially because, there were all sorts of South African artists, legendary South African artists who were part of the song. And I wasn't expecting at the time, this was 2 years ago, to be part of something this big. So you had your Mama Yvonne Chaka Chaka, you had your Mark Alex, you had your Blondie, your, all sorts of, a whole variety of South African artists. And it's an honor for me to be part of that as a young and up-and-coming artist.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I think music is in great hands. I think our generation is definitely holding down the baton very well, and you're representing that part in music. Yeah, you were doing our best. But lastly, before we let you go, tell me more about your involvement with the United Nations International Organization of Migration.
For migration,
yeah.
Yes. What they did is they've had this campaign called I'm a Migrant Too for quite a number of years now, and so they wanted a theme song for the campaign, and they brought together different South African artists, your Kabomu, your Masichabalikalake, and a whole lot of other South African artists, and I was brought in as well. So what we did is we went into studio, and each artist brought a verse into the song, and we just started recording it, and we also recorded the video, which is, being part of something like this is quite personal to me as well, because I've gotten to travel in and outside of South Africa, and I know how it feels to be an outsider in a country, and so it's quite an honor to be part of a campaign like this.
Amazing stuff. Now, before we let you go, quickly, the dates of the National Arts Festival.
The 7th, the 8th, the 9th and the 11th.
All right, there you have it. Now make sure that you go out there and support Tribute, and look out for her amazing performance. Thank you so much for joining us. And we'll just leave it at that and take a